Good afternoon, everyone.
Hello.
Hi,
Good
hi. How's everybody
afternoon.
doing?
Fine, how are you?
Good. Can't complain. It's beautiful outside. I guess I can complain. It's beautiful outside and I'm inside.
Mhm. Yes, that's a problem.
I agree. Heavily, I agree.
Okay. All right. Well, we can get started. I'm going to share my screen, and Caitlin, I will let you take over.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and say thank you. Good afternoon, and thank you to everybody for attending our mid-year general membership meeting. For those who I have not had the honor of meeting yet, I'm Caitlin McKenna, the 2026 president of HCAR. Just to review our agenda for today, we will begin our program with a few words from Bo Patton, the new CEO of Maryland Realtors. Thank you for joining us today, Bo. After we hear from Bo, I'm going to call our meeting to order and provide the president's report. After that, we will hear from our membership director, Danielle Jacob. She will provide a membership update and will wrap up things today with our CEO, Sarah Rain, who will provide a report on HCAR strategy and operations. So our program will last about an hour. And just a heads up that the session is being recorded, so members who are unable to join us live may view the program at a later date and time. So with that, I will turn it over to Bo. Welcome to our meeting and welcome to Maryland.
Thank you so much, Caitlin, for having me and Sarah and the whole team at Howard County. Excited to join you all virtually today. As I was remarking before we opened up the webinar, day 27 on the job. So I am just so excited to be with Maryland Realtors. Excited to be here in the state of Maryland. I came to you all by the way of Tennessee, where I was a local association CEO there just outside of Nashville, Williamson County, and before that was a government affairs director at a couple associations. So just really excited to be here with you all in Maryland. Wanted to just quickly pop on, say hello. Sarah and Kaylin have asked me to share some of my vision. Well, I can tell you day 27, it's still just right now, it's a lot of listening. And I see in the call, Jimmy's on the call, so I'm going to give Jimmy a shout out too, in case you all didn't know. I'm sure you did, but Jimmy was actually chair of the search committee. So if I start, if I'm just terrible, you can blame Jimmy. Jimmy, thank you for your work on that. Thank you all for your involvement in your association. But right now, we're still working on a vision. Right now, we are doing a lot of listening. I can tell you some things that are going to be important to me to make sure that Maryland Realtors is successful. And when Maryland Realtors is successful, that means that you all, our members, are successful. And so for us to be able to provide you with the tools and resources and advocacy that can continue to make you all successful is what I'm going to judge success of a vision by. But I want us, Maryland Realtors, to be a great partner with our local boards all across the state, all 16 of our local boards. We want to be a resource for them, which means being a resource for you all to be successful in this ever evolving real estate market. And associations have to evolve along with the market. Just like you all are making changes in your business, we're going to have to make changes in ours to better serve you, our customer, better. So, so a lot of listening for the first 90 days is going to happen. I want to be accessible for you all. I want Maryland Realtors to continue to be accessible for you all. So, I'm going to be asking for input, ideas, and feedback from all of our nearly 28,000 realtors across the state. So, it's super excited to be here. Excited to be part of this great state, this great profession, and just look forward to being a resource for you all.
Well, thank you, Bo, for joining us, and thank you for all those kind words. We're looking forward to being a partner with you, and thanks for joining us. You're welcome to hang out, but if you need to drop or jump, I completely understand. So
Yeah.
thank you again for being with us this morning.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop on another call, but you all will always be able to find me. Sarah and I go way back, known each other for many years, and so Sarah will always be supportive and vocal about when you all need help from us. And so yeah,
Awesome. All right. Well, good luck on your next call. Thank you again for joining us.
yeah, thank you all so much. Have a good rest of your day.
Bye. All right, so now I'd like to officially call the meeting to order. We have a lot of great information for you, including a few exciting announcements. If at any time you have questions or comments, please put them in the chat or the Q&A, and we will probably take questions live at the end of the presentation, depending on time. But if you want to drop them in the chat, those questions, that would be great. So before I dive in, I just want to say thank you to the HCAR Board of Directors and staff. I deeply appreciate your continued support and involvement with the association. We hope you find value in your membership and that the programming and information we provide helps you strengthen your business and build your successful career in real estate. As many of you know, HCAR has been serving our members for over 60 years. Our commitment to you is as strong as it's ever been, and we look forward to providing you with valuable information for many years to come. So without any further ado, here is the state of your association. So let's begin with our most popular member benefits, our free continuing education. Our fiscal year begins on November 1st each year, so these numbers are reflective of that timeline. So far this year, we've held 110 classes, which is over 277 hours of continuing education. 652 unique HCAR members have taken advantage of this free CE. We've also offered 3 professional designations and certifications. Our most popular CE classes continue to be legislative update and ethics. I'd also like to take an opportunity to remind everyone that if you have an idea for a class, that you'd like to teach at HCAR, our staff is happy to give you information you need to create a course outline. That outline will need to be approved by Maryland Real Estate Commission. Once it's approved, we can put it on the HCAR calendar to teach your class. If you could please contact Rita Williams in the HCAR office for more information. So this year, we did launch a new initiative designed to provide you with the information and tools you need to be successful. Level Up Financial Fitness for Realtors offered 6 unique courses spanning a wide range of topics with input from expert instructors and industry leaders. We started with a financial planning day, then a business building day, followed by a class on prospecting, then a tax strategy webinar taught by a nationally recognized instructor. And just this past week, we held a panel on how to successfully scale your business, moderated by Maryland Realtors President Denise Lewis. Of course, our final course for the year will take everything that we've taught and kind of bring it all together, really mesh that information from those 5 classes to create a 2027 business plan so you can walk out of the Level Up series with something tangible and valuable. That class is scheduled for September 11th at 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. It's in person at the HCAR offices. There's still about 5 seats available in that class, so if you're interested, hop onto the calendar on HCAR's website and sign up. I look forward to seeing you there. So far, this Level Up program has seen really great participation. Each class has about 30 seats available, and each class so far has either sold out or nearly sold out. We've had 43 unique members take at least one Level Up class, and 9 of those members are on track to receive a dues waiver for 2027 because they completed all 6 classes. Some of you may remember that's how we kicked off the year. So Level Up will be coming back next year. It may not look exactly the same. This was our inaugural year, so we always like to incorporate really great feedback from our members. So keep an eye out for more information on that. that will be coming soon. All right, so let's take a look at our next slide here. So last month we held our first ever week-long conference, which we called HCAR Elevate in 2026. During this week, we offered more than 25 hours of continuing education, as well as many professional development opportunities. We held an expo. Our DEI committee hosted an inclusion day with great information about serving clients with special needs. Our preferred partner committee hosted a trivia night. We held a keynote event with the real estate AI expert, Jason Pantana, and we held an H Carnival with food, games, and most importantly, puppies. Now we know how to get realtors involved, puppies. Also, throughout the week, our community outreach committee collected supplies to create care packages to ship to troops overseas. They were able to make 40 care packages, which are being distributed now, with some of them even going to Japan. It was truly an amazing week, and I hope all of you had an opportunity to take advantage of at least one offering. Of courses, we've held our participation in a number of events this year, designed to engage our members, enhance the Realtor brand, and give back to our community. In November, members of our leadership team traveled to Houston to attend the NAR NXT conference, where we brought back valuable information to further our mission and better serve our members. We marked the 12th anniversary of the Thanksgiving basket drive in November by collecting 500 baskets that were distributed to those in need in Howard County. This brings the total number of baskets collected over the last 11 years to over 3,500 baskets. That is an absolutely huge impact in our community. Thank you to everyone who contributed, and keep an eye out for this year's collections. It'll be here before you know it. I cannot believe next month is August already. In April, we were asked by Howard County Community College to represent home ownership at the new Adulting 101 event, which was designed to introduce the college students to basic skills that will help them build a strong financial future. We had a booth where we distributed information on home ownership and the value of using a realtor. And our president-elect, Angel Tyler, taught a mini seminar on the path to home ownership. It was a wonderful opportunity, and we look forward to participating again next year. Our YPN committee has been busy this year. They hosted a networking event every month, but two that really stand out were the Top Golf Happy Hour and the Speed Networking Happy Hour. Both were very well attended, and members were excited to try something new. Our community outreach committee has been working hard to make an impact this year. One of the events they hosted was a cleanup at the Howard County Conservancy. They've also done a book drive, and they have built beds for sleep in heavenly peace. Our legislative and fair housing committees have also been involved in the important initiatives this year, which Sarah will touch on a little bit later during her presentation. So we still have a lot of great networking and educational opportunities coming up, as you can see on the screen, before the year ends. Please be sure to read our weekly newsletter. It's to stay informed. It comes out every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. So check your inboxes. Sunday morning, 9 a.m. All right, I'd like to take just a moment to remind you about some key benefits that come with your HCAR membership. We started offering Forewarn as a part of our membership benefits 2 years ago. So some of you may ask, what is Forewarn? Forewarn is an instant identification verification and risk assessment app designed for real estate professionals to help them understand customers and serve them more efficiently. By delivering instant knowledge of identity information, criminal history, financial risk, and more, Forewarn risk assessment and increased user confidence before meeting unknown prospects, excuse me. Visit our website at hcar.org and look for the Forewarn link at the top of the page to activate your account. Make sure you take advantage of all the member benefits that we offer, including Forewarn. As always, we are one of the few associations who offer all free CE to our members. as part of their membership. Legislative advocacy is a key member benefit because you need representation at all levels of government. And as they say, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu. Of course, we continue to offer Century Lock, lockbox services, as well as virtual training classes held twice per year. Those training classes are open to all HCAR members, including those who might just need a refresher. Stop by the HCAR office in Columbia soon to check out our on-site realtor store where you can offer supplies you need at a heavily discounted price. And of course, your member newsletter is in your inbox every Sunday at 9 a.m. Read it while you drink your coffee. Stay up to date. There are many more benefits to being a member of an award-winning nationally recognized association like HCAR. Okay, to wrap up my portion of the program, I'd like to highlight some upcoming opportunities for you to get involved at HCAR. You can scan any of the QR codes to get more information. Applications for the 2027 HCAR Board of Directors are open now. We are seeking a secretary and 3 directors who will help lead our association next year and beyond. Scan the QR code to access the application, which closes August 14th. That will be here before you know it. So please take advantage and scan the QR code on the screen. Nominations for our annual HCAR awards are open now, so please go and nominate someone great. The winners will be announced at our installation and award event later this year. Last but not least, applications for appointment to 2027 committees open on August 17th. If you're not yet involved with the association, committee service is a really great way to get started. So scan that QR code to learn more about an HCAR committee. And now I'd like to turn it over to Danielle Jacob, HCAR's membership director, to provide a membership update.
Thank you, Caitlin. Hi, everybody. I'm Danielle, the membership director at HCAR. I first wanted to go over our membership report for our current fiscal year 2026. Currently, primary realtor members, we have 1,864. For our secondary realtor members, we do have 96. For our preferred partner members, we have 164. And our institute affiliates, we have 15. So we have a total of 2,139 members, and last year we had 2,128, so we are growing. Now, Caitlin went over our membership benefits, but I wanted to go over a few of the technological advancements HCAR has done this past year, mostly to protect members' information security and simplify some processes for members. And that is a good question. Surely I'll go over what are institute affiliates. So starting with our updated application process, we actually have an online application option for members who want to join us. And it was implemented to ensure secure payment processing, eliminating the need for printing documents. And it reduces response times for staff, even with increased application rates. So we're really excited about this option. Do note that credit card information is not saved at the local level. It's all securely at the NAR merchant services. So it's handled securely. We're not keeping credit card information here, which actually leads us into the second new update, which is not new. It's been around for a few years, but we do have dues auto pay. We have an automatic dues payment option. And I just want to remind you, you can sign up for AutoPay on your hcar.org member portal. It's a 2-step process. One, saving your payment profile, which you can do just for Realtor Store or during doing the online application, or you can update your profile now and add a payment profile. And the second step is to agree to the terms and choose to allow dues AutoPay. And that is a separate section that's always available on the front of your member portal. Now, besides our auto pay and application processes, we did change one more thing about the website, and that is our website password update. Recently, a lot of our members will have received an email requesting them to update their password and giving them a temporary password. This is completely legitimate. And basically, it was a recommendation from our database administrator due to associations and MLSs across the nation facing increasing attempts from people falsely trying to access member data using easily guessed passwords like last names and things like that. So we did have to update our password requirements. It's now complex, 8 characters, uppercase, number, and a special character. So just note when you are in there, you will have to update your password if it does not meet these requirements. Now, I wanted to move on from our side. Mars, which is the Mid-Atlantic Realty Services, is a management company for our Central Lock. So we have an updated Mars agreement, and this is just a requirement for your next renewal for your Central Lock. So by March 2027, Mars is requiring you to complete this agreement. Now, a DocuSign email was sent out. If you missed this email, if you didn't get this email, don't worry. It will be resent as soon as they've gotten the data collected for who has completed it. So don't worry about that too much. But do realize that this document will need to be completed by March of 2027. Now, last but not least, I just want to do a brief reminder for our dues billing. HCAR dues are always due on November 1st. We start invoicing sometime in mid-September, usually the second week. And you will get email invoices, and you can always pay online, or you can set up for auto pay, in which the auto payment will come out on November 1st. Let me know if anyone had any other questions, but is it okay if I address the question from Shirley in the chat?
Yeah, please.
Okay. So Institute Affiliates is a type of membership. But it is mostly commercial agents that have joined a partner association or organization to the National Association of Realtors, and they are automatically distributed to their local association. So while they did not apply for membership, they are automatically members because they are members of those other organizations that partner with NAR. I believe one, it would be CCIM, which is, I do not remember what the acronym is for that organization. I apologize. But there are several of them. You're welcome, Shirley. And that's all for me. Sarah, I'm gonna leave it to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Caitlin and Danielle. All right. I'm going to get into my part. So I wanted to start out with touching on our legislative programming. And I separated it from our other events because there has been so much of it. I didn't realize how much we have truly been doing in legislation and local government this year. But just so you know, HCAR is fully engaged, and we advocate for Howard County legislation and policies that protect your business and protect your clients. So a number of things that we have done so far this year. We had a legislative breakfast in December. We have another one scheduled for this coming December. And for that breakfast, we invite our local elected officials as well as our state elected officials to come and have breakfast with you. They do get an opportunity to speak. You get an opportunity to ask questions. And what it turns into is a conversation. And that's really what it was this past year. And it was really, really good and really productive. So we're going to do that again. We took a bus to Lobby Day, which was really great. As always, Maryland Realtors has been doing that for years. And that's when we all go to Annapolis and meet with our state legislators to talk about Maryland Realtors legislative priorities for the coming session. We have been doing meet and greets with our elected officials. at varying locations. Sometimes they're in the morning, sometimes lunch, sometimes in the evening. So it really depends on the legislators, availability. We are planning the next one very soon, so keep an eye out for that. Supporting ADU legislation. We were very active in advocating for ADU legislation that makes sense, isn't too restrictive. Unfortunately, what came through was still a little bit restrictive, but um, a win's a win, right? So they invited us to the bill signing. That's what that picture is, because we were so active in the process. And that was something that actually Maryland Realtors really, really helped with. They really put a lot of resources into providing the local associations with examples of legislation, with talking points, and we all got like a really involved and intense class on ADU legislation. So shout out to Maryland Realtors for that. Supporting access to affordable housing in Laurel. This was a press conference announcement that actually the county executive invited us to personally, to announce that some blighted properties in Laurel were going to be developed into affordable townhouses. So that's where we are in that picture. And then our legislative committee and our YPN committee came together and we held a happy hour at Vertical Connection. They hosted us. And that's Tony Zoud and Josh Pelagi. They are the leadership of our legislative committee this year, and they taught a class on ADUs in Howard County, and it was very well attended and very, very interesting. So thank you to Tony and Josh for doing that, and to everybody who came out. Okay, so as we do historically, HCAR got involved in the elections this year. So the 2026 primary elections, those were held last month, and HCAR did candidate questionnaires and interviews. Members of our legislative committee and our RPAC committee came together to conduct those interviews and review the candidates. And what they were looking for were candidates who were going to support home ownership and your business in Howard County. We did make endorsements and we announced them publicly to the membership and to social media. For those who accept RPAC contributions, we made RPAC contributions to the candidates. And then we also executed an independent expenditure for Christiana Rigby. Independent expenditure is separate from a campaign contribution, where we work with Maryland Realtors and with NAR to facilitate sending out like mailers, putting out social media ads, Google ads, stuff like that. And she won, which was great. So we made endorsements in 6 primary races, and all of those races but one were actually decided in the primary election. And that's because there weren't any Republicans. There's just one race that had a Republican candidate. And so that race will go to the general election, but all of the other ones have already been decided. So of our 6 endorsed candidates, 3 of them prevailed. And, I am working with our government affairs director and our leadership on, relationship building with the folks who won that we did not endorse. But, rest assured, hopefully, most understand that it's not a personal thing. And we just move forward from now, working together. We have the same goal, and that's to make sure that home ownership is accessible in Howard County. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about this. The Realtor Political Action Committee supports local candidates, especially in these primary elections, and talking with the candidates who don't accept PAC money. I wanted to explain a couple of things about RPAC. So, what RPAC is not: dark money. I saw actually a lot of that language on social media. RPAC is funded by HCAR members only. You cannot donate to RPAC unless you are a realtor or a preferred partner. So, yes, other associations contribute to RPAC as well, but RPAC dollars come from local realtors. Also, there's this misconception that a lot of this money goes out of the state, and that's not true. So 70 cents of every dollar stays in Maryland to either support candidates in local races or in state races. They say that it's a way to buy votes. It's not. The maximum amount that we can contribute to one candidate in a single election cycle is $6,000. And you're not really going to buy a politician for $6,000. But what it is we aren't giving this money to candidates who are not already expressing the belief and the action of protecting homeownership and protecting the real estate industry. So this is not like we're going to a candidate who is not friendly to our industry at all and giving them money and saying you have to vote the way that we want. Absolutely not. We are going to good candidates, and they're using this money as a tool to help get their message out to voters. RPAC is not a waste of your money. It is insurance for your business. I can go into a lot of ways that RPAC has specifically helped you, including during the pandemic, which I know we always circle back to this, but it's such a big deal. Because of RPAC, real estate was deemed an essential service during the pandemic, and you guys were able to work. And that is not how it was in a lot of states. So RPAC does a lot of work for you. So when you do get your dues bill in September, which Danielle was talking about, there is a $35 RPAC investment. It's totally voluntary. I urge you to please pay the $35. And that is, $35 is what HCAR has determined to be the fair share per member. So just know that if you pay the $35 once per year, you're doing your fair share and helping us to ensure the future of your business and the future of our industry. Budget tracking. So the HCAR budget for this fiscal year was a little over $975,000. At the end of Q2, so right in the middle of the year, our total expenses were at 52% of budget, which is great. We're right on track. Our net income as of the end of Q2, which this is different now, but at the end of April, it was a negative $72,800, and we budgeted for a loss of $15,706. However, the way that we track our accounting is accrual based. So the vast majority of HCAR's income comes in November, December. And what our accounting firm does is they spread the income out throughout the year in our books. And that's what's called the accrual way of doing our accounting. So we still had about $300,900 in unearned income that's going to be distributed throughout the year. So don't be scared, alarmed by the negative $72,800. That's very different now. And we still have a lot of money that is going to show up on our books throughout the rest of the year. Couple other things to mention. We do have a member lounge in the office now. Our board of directors, thank you, Caitlin. Our board of directors graciously approved funding for us to, if you had been in the HCAR office before that lounge came to be, that back corner of the office was kind of like a dark hole. There was an office there that we used to have a staff member in, and then there was a really awkwardly small conference room. So we have taken the wall down that separated that office and the conference room. We've put in some furniture. There are drinks and snacks and lots of space to set out a laptop. And if you're in the area and you just want to pop in and use the Wi-Fi, grab something to drink, hang out for a little bit, that member lounge is there for you. If you would like to reserve the member lounge, that's free for our members, you just need to call ahead of time and just make sure that somebody else isn't using it, and we can close that door for you. If you want to meet a client or whatever you want to do. Also, next Monday, we will have a new staff member. Her name is Jackie Muick, and she is going to be our Director of Communications and Member Engagement. She is coming to us from Maryland REALTORS, where she works in communications and advocacy. She is going to be a fantastic addition to our team. We're so excited to welcome Jackie next week. This is just so you know, we do have a strategic plan. If you want to read the full strategic plan, it is on our website under the About Us tab. But these are the pillars of our plan that our board identified. I think it was last year that we did this. And this is what we really filter everything that the association does through. Now, not to say, this is a 2026 to 2029 plan. The board kind of revisits this each year to make sure that it's still relevant, to see if any adjustments need to be made. But, these are our core pillars for the next 3 years that we are focusing on. We were, again, the winner of the Maryland REALTORS CARE Award in 2025. So this is us at the Maryland REALTORS Awards ceremony in Ocean City. And the CARE Award is a recognition of community outreach work between our nonprofit, HCAR Cares, and the work of our community outreach committee. We really do a lot in Howard County and beyond, especially with the Thanksgiving Basket Drive. And we just keep being recognized for it, which is amazing. We've won this award 5 times in the last 6 years. We did apply for it again for this year. I don't know, it'll be a little embarrassing if we win again, but hey, come and get it, guys. We'll take it. We'll take it. And then a shout out to our 4 graduates from the Maryland REALTORS Leadership Academy in 2026. We had more graduates than any other association in the state for the 2nd year in a row. We had 4 last year as well. So Kwajalein Amos, Bryce Jackson, Carlton Stevenson, and Vondell Richmond are our members who went through the rigorous Maryland REALTORS Leadership Academy and came out of it with a lot of great knowledge. And the whole reason that you do the Leadership Academy is so that you can become more involved in your local and state association. So thank you so much for taking the time for that, you guys. And we look forward to your leadership. And that's all that I have. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen And I saw something come in the chat. Oh, Shirley said congratulations. Does anybody have any other questions? Comments, recommendations, suggestions? Jimmy said go HCAR. Thank you,
I have a
Jimmy.
compliment. Great job. Great job. I mean, everybody's doing a wonderful things, and I want to thank all of our volunteers, our committee volunteers, and our board of directors. So I had a compliment.
Thank you, Caitlin. You are also doing a wonderful job. The Level Up program has been amazing. We've gotten so many great compliments on it, great participation. I have already talked to Angel Tyler, who is our president next year, and she wants to keep doing it, but maybe, tweak it a little bit based on, like Caitlin said, input from the members. But what we are finding is that this is education that is needed, especially for folks who are in smaller brokerages and maybe don't get, the educational resources that large brokers are able to provide. But we really went back to the core of, where do you need to start in order to be a successful realtor? And we started with budgeting. It just very simple, going all the way up to scaling your business and doing your business plan. It's been great. It's been really interesting. And yes, we are going to do it again. Shirley said having a realtor lounge is a great idea and addition. Shirley, thank you. I expect to see you in here using the member lounge when you aren't on a plane or a boat, or because Shirley is always traveling now. She's a jet setter. Anything else from anybody? Otherwise, I will give you back 15 minutes of your day. Okay, well, I think everybody on here knows how to reach us. If you need anything, or if you're just too shy to say something right now, just give us a call. So, Caitlin, did you want to say anything else?
No, just want to say thank you to everybody. Have a great day, and thank you for joining us.
Bye.